Want to know who Justin Anderson thinks is the funniest guy in the bullpen? Well, good news. You can see that here on Behind the Lights. All right, first of all, we're gonna play 30 seconds with Justin Anderson, where I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions in 30 seconds. You ready?
Okay, ready.
All right, favorite superhero?
Superman.
Favorite video game?
Call of Duty.
Describe Texas in one word.
America.
What is Brianna's favorite color?
It's blue.
What's your middle name?
Charles.
And favorite emoji?
Oh, crap. Favorite emoji. I think my favorite emoji is, I kind of like either just the eyes themselves, like when you give the eyes and just go like that, or even the little, like, the smirk one sometimes.
All right.
One of those two.
Congratulations, you just got married. Did you help with any planning?
I did. She gave me options to go through, and then from those couple options, 3 options, whatever I had, I made a decision off of that.
All right, give me one example of a decision that you made.
Decision that I made food.
Really?
Yes.
What'd you pick? Favorite thing on the menu?
Oh, it was a last minute, it was actually a last minute addition too that the caterer talked to us about. I think it was some type of steak, and I'm not 100% sure what it was, but it might have been just a strip. No, not a strip. Definitely wasn't that. But I cannot remember off the top of my head. It was some type of steak. It might have been prime rib.
All right, we'll go with prime rib.
Right.
That's typical wedding food. We had prime rib,
It was
so I
prime
think that's
rib, yeah.
probably what it is. One question that all the ladies love to hear is, how did you propose?
So my proposal story is like kind of almost a stair step for a little bit. So it was 2018. I just got sent to Mobile. I was like, okay, looking up spots in Mobile. Found a really cool spot. It was a downtown spot. Beautiful fountain. So I'm like, this could work out. I can do it here. Go from Mobile. I got sent up to Salt Lake before I could even do that. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is actually even better. Salt Lake's way prettier, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'll try and think of something later on in a few months. Maybe I'll do it in the mountains or something. Great. Fast forward again real quick. I'm there for 10 days and I get called to the big leagues for the first time.
No way.
So then, yeah. So then it's June and I fly her parents out there, my parents.
Wow.
I had my closest friends there. Her closest friends are there too.
No way.
And so one morning I told her, like, let's go on a walk on the beach and then we'll go have breakfast. And she totally bought into it. Well, what we didn't plan for was her to be angry with me about not eating, then going for the walk. I was so adamant, like, no, we have to walk first and then we can go to the beach. Or walk first, then eat. Sorry, I said that backwards. But, so then I finally convinced her, and she's honestly kind of complaining the whole time. Went to Starbucks, we got some coffee, put some caffeine in her, mellow her out a little bit after that.
That's all she needed. Just get a girl.
I think that's all she needed was a little coffee and we were good. So we get to the beach, everything's going good. And then she's like, okay, can we turn around? And it's like, perfect, because there was a beautiful like rock and then the waves were coming up too. So that's where I did it. I was like, okay, hold on, act like I just took a quick drink of water and pulled it out of my backpack. I was like, before we leave, and that's when I asked her, will you marry me?
What beach?
Laguna Beach, actually.
That's what I was going to guess. That's the prettiest beach there.
It is. It is by far the most beautiful
Good
beach
job.
there.
That's cool to say too. Like, you got called up, Laguna Beach, so she's got a good story to tell.
It was, and I always tell people, like, look, I had all this planned before everything else happened too, so like, it wasn't like I just got called up and was like, let's get married.
True.
Type of thing.
Yeah. How long did you have the ring then?
I had the ring, so I got the ring, started to get it made in January, and then the day I leave for spring training, the guy calls me, hey, your ring's ready. I'm like, well, this is kind of bites now. I was hoping it was gonna be ready earlier, but it wasn't because of whatever reason or another. So then that's when it all went and went from there.
All right, here's a little quiz for you, and you better get it right because Brianna's gonna watch. What was your first dance song?
Oh, Jesus and You by Matthew West.
Ooh, that was the quickest one. We've asked a lot of guys this, and a lot of them didn't know it. We had to cut it out so they didn't get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Or it took them a really long time. So you win on that one. All right, last question about wifey. She needs a lot of shout outs. She's worth it. Describe her in one word.
Genuine.
Good one. I agree. All right, now getting back to the team. Funniest guy in the bullpen. Besides
Robles.
you.
It's definitely, no, it's
Yeah?
Robles. Robles comes as a package every day. Something new every day. It's awesome.
White horse.
He is the white horse.
A lot of people ask Ty and guys in general what you guys do in the bullpen. So I know you guys talk, you know, kind of joke around. So is there a most memorable conversation that you've had in the bullpen?
Ooh, man. the things that go on the bullpen will forever and always in the baseball world stay in the bullpen probably.
I won't ask.
But it's, I mean, the funniest thing, there are things that just happen naturally, daily, that might qualify as the funniest thing. Right now, off the top of my head, I can't even think of like the most funniest moment that I've ever
memorable
happened in the bullpen. Yeah, I mean, one thing that still sticks out to me is pretty cool is when Noe Ramirez has been 2 for 2. I forget when it was last year, but it might have been the same game or just in the same week when he always tries to catch a home run in the bullpen. His hat, like that's one of his signature things, and he did it twice last year, like so vividly. And I remember, I think one time it was to give us the lead late in the game. It was super cool, but he did, and we all just like lost. We all just started jumping in the bullpen. He was going nuts too, but.
That's a good one.
I mean, that's one of the moments that sticks out the most to me, but funny-wise, it's tough to figure something out. That's hilarious off the top of my head.
That's memorable, so that's a good one. All right, we know your buddy Taylor Cole is a neat freak. What's your locker look like?
I'm probably neat freak number 2 on the team.
Are you? I didn't know that.
I think so. I don't know any other position players that keep their locker tight. I mean, we all know Taylor's locker is tight. It definitely is probably the neatest in the locker room, no doubt. Even the clubbies will say it's the neatest. But mine, for the most part, is pretty neat. Like, I know where XYZ is at all times.
Who's your locker beside?
Cam during the
like?
season. Cam's actually pretty neat too. His isn't too bad. I would say he could be up there on the threshold too for sure.
So are you on an end then, and he's the only one beside you?
Yeah, I was in the clubhouse. I'm on the end, and then Cam was next to me, and then it was Noe, or no, it was Robles, Noe, Luis, and then Ty. That was that side of the wall.
They leave Ty for the messy side on the
But
end.
Ty was working with two lockers right there too for a while
needed.
too. So that's where some of his boxes went sometimes.
I'm scared. All right, we always like to tie up our interviews with a fan question. So we asked our fans what they would want to ask you, and we're taking it back a little bit to your rookie year.
Okay.
Was there anything that stood out in your mind that was like, oh my God, I just made the biggest rookie move?
Okay, yeah, I got one. It turned out it was actually, I'm very thankful for the person who handled it the way with me they did. They still kind of every now and then messed me too. It was Simba. So obviously rookie move. First things first, if you get a seat if you get a seat by yourself on the bus, it's because 1, the bus probably isn't full, and then 2, it's because, why would it be another reason?
That?
Oh, 2, because there's a vet, but then it also maybe because you're, I guess, considered an older rookie, and maybe there's another younger rookie and they share it with someone else, whatever. So like, I'm in Seattle, we just get done with the game. I'm literally not thinking anything of this at all whatsoever. And we have our iPads, and I got my charger. That's all I have. I don't have anything else. So we get on the bus, and I sit down, and I just so casually put my iPad next to me. And then I find out later, like Simba ended up doubling up with someone. And my brain I don't know if it was just because of me, but I wore the blame, and he kind of jabbed me a little bit the next morning. It was funny though. And I remember the next day he was like, "Ando, are you comfy on that bus?" I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "You comfy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was good." And that's when he was kind of like, he didn't really tell me, but he was laughing about it because he understood that I understood what he was talking about.
Yeah, you forgot.
So ever since then, I always make sure, don't even do it.
To everybody else in the outside world that wouldn't think that's a big idea or big deal. Doesn't sound like one,
right.
But in rookie veteran baseball world,
that
was a big rookie move.
I think that was probably my biggest rookie move, and I am thankful that it was with Simba, and he joked with me about it the next day. He joked about it with me that night.
Serious.
Yeah, and so he picked up on it, and I'm glad I was able that it was him and not someone else. But other than that was probably my biggest rookie move, and like I said, ever since then, I learned my lesson.
Stayed in place. Well, thanks for coming on Behind the Lights. And for your fans that are watching, where can they find you? On Instagram, social media? What's the best way to contact you?
So you can find me on the gram at @janderson_22, and then Twitter, I'm the same handle, @J_22.
All right, and thanks everybody for watching. Go ahead and click, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Thanks, Sam.
How
are you doing?
Oh, back together. I know, right? You smell good. You smell really good. It's stuck in my nose. Sick of smelling boys, honestly.